Hola! Now, reviewers, we are down to another video, and what we are going to learn for today is about the common misused words and phrases. So when we say misused is hindi tama ang ating pagkakagamit or hindi tama ang ating pagkakagamit nito dahil hindi natin masyadong alam kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng salitang iyon o ng phrase na iyon, or we have some misunderstanding just because of misinterpretation or even mispronunciations. So now for today's video, we are going to learn some of the common misused words and phrases. So to begin with, we have are and our, di ba? Or it could be are and are. Parang yung are, it could be the are na time, na oras, but when you say are, meaning sa atin, and then are. So let's dig deep down. When we say are is a linking verb. Di ba? Ano ibig sabihin ng linking verb? Ito ay nag-uugnay sa mga subject at saka sa verb. So, linking verb. Example there is, you are deeply loved and affirmed. But when we say our, meaning O-U-R, R shows possession. Ibig sabihin, sa iyo, pagmamay-ari mo o inaangkin or sa iyo, ganun. So, our shows possession. So, example there says, our goal is to make an impact. So if are and our is used in a sentence, it says, those teams are not as competitive as our group of athletes. So yun, we have are and our. Next, we have accept and accept. So when we say accept implies exclusion. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya kasali. Like, for example, everybody is going to the party except or maliban kay Mia because she's sick. But when we say accept means to take or receive something. Ibig sabihin, ibinigay sa'yo, tinanggap mo. You have to accept the consequences of your actions. Yun. Parang they are similar, parang magkatunog, rhyming, accept and accept. So parang when you talk, dapat maganda or malinaw yung pagkakapronounce so that you will not be misinterpreted. So for example, for a sentence that has accept and accept, I won't accept use of your visa except in cases of emergency. We also have the compliment and the complement. When we say compliment with the I, you give someone a compliment. Ibig sabihin, binibigyan mo siya ng, like, for example, beautiful. Diba? Parang pinipraise mo siya. So you give someone a compliment. Example, your hair looks nice today. I like your new boots. Diba? But when we say compliment, use compliment when you want to show that two things go well together. Ibig sabihin, the compliment, that is letter E, is parang you're telling someone that it is compatible or they are compatible. Example, peanut butter complements butter. Or they say they're so compatible, they complement each other. So compliment with the I is you are giving someone praises. But when you say compliment with the letter E, it means you're talking or you're telling someone that two things are compatible. Next, we have effect and affect. When we say effect is most commonly used as a noun meaning result or outcome. For example, the effects of my midterm grade was devastating. Ibig sabihin, yung epekto ng grade niya sa midterms nila ay nakaka-disappoint or nakakababa ng loob para sa kanya. That perfume has a lasting effect. Ibig sabihin, matagal mawala yung bango ng perfume niya. Yon. So that's effect, meaning it is a noun that has a result or outcome. But when we say affect is usually used as a verb meaning to influence. It can also be used as a noun in psychology. Example, my midterm grade negatively affected my GPA. So, ibig sabihin, ang kanyang midterm grade ay masama ang naging epekto or parang masama ang naging apekto sa kanya, di ba? Naapektuhan siya ng masama. His extracurricular activities affected his grades. When you say affect, parang siya yung sanhi, di ba? Sanhi kung bakit naging ganon yung resulta. But when we say effect, yun yung bunga ng sanhi, di ba? Effect is bunga, affect is sanhi. Okay? We need to pronounce this clearly. Effect and affect. Next, insure and ensure. Hindi to yung ensure na gatas, ha? When we say insure or insurance, insure relates to insurance or what you rely on when you crash your car or when your apartment floods. Or for example, you bought a gadget na mamahalin, there is an insurance. Ibig sabihin, insured siya. But when you say ensure just mean to make sure that something happens. For example, the security personnel ensured that the perimeter is safe. Parang yung ensure is parang inano niya na dapat safe yung lugar or safe yung isang pangyayari, yung isang tao sa isang lugar, diba? But when we say insure is, like for example, you have to insure your vehicle when buying a car. Ibig sabihin, dapat mayroong insurance yung sasakyan mo. So when we use insure and ensure in a sentence, it sounds this way. I insured my mother. I had renter's insurance before I moved into my new apartment. Parang sinasabi, no? Pinapanatag mo muna ang iyong ina na yung renentahan mo na bahay siguro or condo ay may insurance bago ka lumipat sa bago mong apartment. Yun. So, insure is insurance and ensure is to make something credible, to make something safe and secure. Next, we have it's and it's with the apostrophe. When we say it's without the apostrophe, it implies possession. Ibig sabihin, pagmamay-ari. For example, the lotion is effective. You can see its effect on her skin. Every street has its own unique look. Ibig sabihin, yung it's is, parang siya yung subject or yung noun or yung pronoun, di ba? But when you say it's na may apostrophe, for example, it's a small world after all. Di ba? Parang short term siya sa it is a small world after all. Or it's a beautiful neighborhood. We may also say it is a beautiful neighborhood. So, it is a contraction of it is. The apostrophe in a contraction is a visual cue that a word was left out. Ibig sabihin, parang shinorten, di ba? Shinortcut, shinorten. The apostrophe in its visually highlights that the word is has been removed, or not totally removed kasi may S pa siya, for the sake of brevity. So when we say brevity, parang maliit lang, di ba? Maliit na lang or pinaikli, di ba? So when you have, di ba, kung meron tayong mga assignments or may pinapagawa sa atin yung teacher natin na kailangan, you have to make 500-word essay. Tapos yun, pag check mo, ay, 501 It could be yung it is mo para maging saktong 500. Bigyan mo ng apostrophe. It becomes its. Diba? Okay, so always remember its without the apostrophe implies possession, and its with the apostrophe is a contraction of it is. Yun. Next, we have then and than. Okay? Parang mami-misuse mo ito siya kapag you mispronounce the word. Then and than. Then denotes a time frame or a sequence of events, di ba? Parang, then afterwards, I do this, I do that. Parang pagkatapos. Example here are, let's go to the beach, then relax at the hut. She went to the store and then she went to the bank. Then than, when we say than is used to compare things or situations. He is stronger than your fears. I am more tired than you are, diba? Or rather than. When you say again, then is a time frame, ibig sabihin pagkatapos, than is you are comparing. Okay, next, another one with the apostrophe. Your and your. So just like the it's kanina, your is a contraction of you are. Pinaikli. But when we say your without the apostrophe re, it implies again possession. Your scores do not define who you are. Diba? Parang cliche na ito. Your scores do not define who you are. I am going to steal your sandwich from the fridge. Ibig sabihin sa kanya, sa iyo. Diba? But when you say your with the apostrophe re, you're more than your scores, or you are more than your scores. You're going to pay me back for my bread, meat, and cheese. You are going to pay me back for my bread, meat, and cheese. Yon. Always remember na kapag ang word ay may apostrophe, it only means na it is a contraction of two words, meaning pinaikli. Next, we have which and that. Sige daw, parang which and that, hindi sila rhyming, but they are commonly misused words. Paano kaya? Let's start with which. Which is almost always preceded by a comma because it is part of a non-restrictive clause, or removing it wouldn't change the precise meaning of the sentence. It just adds more information to the sentence. Diba? Parang which is a conjunction. Diba? Sabi dito, diamonds which are expensive often elicit forgiveness. So parang pwede siyang kahit wala ng which are expensive, sabihin mo na lang, diamonds are expensive often elicit forgiveness. Parang hindi naman nagbago yung word niya, di ba? So, next is we have that. Use that if the words that follow are essential to the meaning of the sentence. If removing the words that follow that or which does not change the precise meaning of the sentence, then you can use which. For example, gems that sparkle often elicit forgiveness. So, yun. Kapag hindi raw na-change yung ibig sabihin ng sentence, ay pwede kang gumamit ng which. Pero kung nag-change, for example, lagay natin, gems which sparkle often elicit forgiveness. Parang yung dating niya ay yung mga gems lamang na nag-sparkle ang nag-i-elicit ng forgiveness. So, yun. So, ibig sabihin, yung that is the words that follow are essential to the meaning of the sentence. Diba? Doon sila nagkakaiba sa paggamit, sa ginagamitan nila sa sentence. Okay? Next is, we have, may isa pa pala. Sige daw. Which and that pa rin pala ito. Incorrect, meaning incorrect. One aspect of the class which affects my grade is class participation. So parang ang ibig sabihin dito niya na yung isang aspeto ng kanyang klase ang makaka-apekto sa kanyang grade, di ba? Makaka-apekto ng kanyang grade ay ang class participation. Parang medyo maraming thought if you use which. But when you say that, one aspect of the class that affects my grade is class participation. So parang sinasabi niya dito na ang isang aspeto na makakaapekto sa kanyang pag-aaral o sa kanyang klase ay ang class participation. Yun. Kasi yung which is parang nagdi-dictate siya na, oy, yun yung isang aspeto. But when you use that, parang itong aspeto na to, di ba? Parang meron siyang seriousness o parang meron siyang specific na sinasabi. So, says here, affects my grade is essential to the precise meaning of this sentence, therefore use that. Okay? Kapag importante yung subject or yung kailangan merong bunga ng isang sentence, you can use that. Pero kung parang sinasabi mo na, ay, ito siya, or parang possible, ganito, parang wala siyang masyadong bigat sa sentence, you can use which. Alright. So that is it for our common misused words and phrases. But as you can notice, those are just misused words. Wala pang phrases. So, alams na natin, reviewers. Tune in for our next video because we are going to discuss about the common misused phrases. See you next time!